Welcome to Aging Untold. Inflammation is a common culprit behind fatigues, aches, and many long-term health issues. For millions of adults, these symptoms are part of daily life, and it can be difficult to know what's normal or what's a warning sign. Dr. Ray, can you explain the difference between healthy short-term inflammation and the chronic kind that can affect us over time?
Well, short-term inflammation is just your body's natural defense system. You know, that's good. That's a good thing. And when it's short-term, you know, you get sick, immune cells come in, they heal you, they protect you, and that's the story. You know, so that's healthy inflammation. You come in, you turn it on, you do your job, and you turn it off. Chronic inflammation is a little bit different. So that's like this alarm system that never turns off, and that's where the problem comes in. So over time, you start to damage tissues, and then that's what you see is linked to different diseases, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, cancers, cognitive decline. What you want to do is have it do its job and have it turn off when it's supposed to.
Right. I think a lot of people think when they hear the word inflammation, they think of that sprained joint that swells up. And they don't think of anything else. They don't think of, okay, do you have inflammation in your hands or in your other joints or maybe even in your cardiovascular system? I think everybody just thinks of that. I sprained my ankle and it's swollen, I'm going to ice it, and that's it. And inflammation is
that's
so
healthy.
much.
That's healthy.
That's healthy inflammation. Yeah. That's the immune system doing exactly what it needs
Absolutely.
to do to help heal that injury. But it goes further than that, and that's where people miss out, is where the inflammation is that you don't see like that.
Right, because you have to find out where it's coming from. Anytime you have chronic inflammation, it'll turn on you. It's a traitor. It'll turn on you.
Yeah.
Are there diseases that aren't caused by inflammation? I know.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think that is the root cause of most diseases.
So if
you
I'm
can
not
go backtrack-
swollen, so I'm thinking I'm healthy, and I think, healthy people get sick. So I'm healthy and I'm in good shape and I'm not swollen. What else would I be looking for?
So you may not have any of those symptoms. You don't have to have swelling
Yep.
to be inflamed. You have to have systemic disease. So sometimes you can have some inflammatory markers that show up in labs. The labs will show up and tell what's going on with your body before the outward signs come in. So that's why you're going to be proactive.
Okay.
And
So
but a
getting
lot of
labs done on a routine
There's
basis
certain labs
too.
that you can look at
Yeah.
that
Okay.
can tell you, or if you start to see systems that are starting to fail, high blood pressure.
Okay.
That's the endothelial cells are getting hit. So
Right.
that's some type of an inflammation. The cells are getting hit, and now the heart is starting to have to work harder.
Got it.
Right.
But there's a lot of lab tests that maybe aren't, people are told, oh, you're in the normal range. And so,
Yeah, but normal and optimal are not the same. And so
That's right.
you have to remember that normal is just a stat. They're taking a stat of people in the area. A lot of times it's 80-year-olds. That's the norm. It's a bell curve. But optimal is that lab level that makes you look good, feel good, and function well. I always tell people you want to do it like a car, the tank, the gas tank. I want to catch it when the red light comes on. I don't want to keep driving and run out of gas.
You mentioned autoimmune diseases. I have lupus, and I have dealt with the chronic inflammation. Now, there's a chronic pain that comes with inflammation. And so people need to recognize that that's part of what it is. And then how do you control it becomes the next question.
Well, how about be proactive? I think a lot of people don't realize what you can do to be proactive, not to even get to that alarm system staying on. So the foundations, there's some things that are inflammatory, like your processed foods, your seed oils. Those are inflammatory things that contribute to systemic inflammation. Good sleep. When you don't sleep well, that keeps inflammation going on. So movement is key. So good movement, blood flow, and all that. All of these are different things that it basically comes down to the same foundation we keep talking about.
yeah. And belly fat could be
Belly
an
fat is
indication.
inflammatory.
Belly
So-
fat is inflammatory.
That's inflammatory.
So it's not about vanity, like I want to be slimmer. It's like,
No.
this is dangerous.
It's visceral fat is the fat that's around your organ. That's the bad fat. And inflammation lives in fat cells. So you can't get to it. So that's key.
So if I'm a marathon runner, let's just say I run, I exercise, I think, are they in danger of any kind if their body stays inflamed because they're overexerting themselves?
So a lot of times people think athletes are healthy, or you see the football players and well, there's such thing as you can work out too much.
That's what I
so
was
for each
wondering.
individual, it's different. And there's also the thing called skinny fat. You'll see someone, they look very healthy because they're skinny. But if you do a body composition, their visceral fat is high. They're skinny fat.
I
So the
love it.
danger is still there. We have things out here now, body composition things, so you can get individualized. We have testing that you can do that will be pertaining to you individually to know what's
And
going
we
on.
are individuals.
Correct.